Join the action-packed battles of Game of the Immortals. Introducing Johnny Park, Natalia, Kenjiro. Soon to unlock Marin Lee, Sister Christina. Hurry and play now to unlock more levels. Game of the Immortals, available on Google Play and App Store. Download now. Gawon Pinoy! Join the action-packed battles of Game of the Immortals. Introducing Johnny Park, Natalia, Kenjiro. Soon to unlock, Marin Lee, Sister Christina. Hurry and play now to unlock more levels. Game of the Immortals, available on Google Play and App Store. Download now. 𝐍ᴜᴅญ่.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Athletic Association of Schools, Colleges, and Universities may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of Nudge Plus.
With every dribble, shot, and block, these players embody the spirit of progress. Moving forward, pushing boundaries, and leaving their mark in this league. Magandang araw, basketball fans. We welcome you once again in the Holy Angel University, Angeles, Pampanga for NAASCU Season 22 Usad sa 22. We're down to our last two games of the day. And we already had two games prior to this one. And right now, our match will be between the Philippine Christian University Dolphins and the City University of Pasay Green Eagles, as both teams handling a 2-1 record.
Yes.
And both teams as well coming off a W.
Yes, I agree. That's why this is a very interesting matchup, as both teams coming from a victory. And let's see who will execute more down the stretch.
And right now, we'll be turning it over to Janela Manuel for a pre-game report.
We are now on the third game of this day, CUP versus PCU. Maturity of their players, ayan ang edge ng CUP from the other teams. Last year, they have a lot of rookies, but this season, everyone on the team already stepped up. Kumpiyansa sila na mananalo for this game. On the other hand, PCU already built their character. So at this point, in-expect nila na mag-perform ng maayos ang bawat isa. This is another exciting match to watch. Now I'm turning it over to our venue announcer.
Pleasant afternoon to everyone here at the Holy Angel University in Angeles City, Pampanga. This is the 22nd season of your NAASCU. Our third game for today in the seniors division. The City University of Pasay is going up against Philippine Christian University. It's time to meet the starters first for your City University of Pasay Green Eagles. Center number 21, Neil Duterte. And small forward number 25, 𝐍ᴜᴅᴜ. And at one guard, number 30, Kurt Meneses. Head coach of the Green Eagles is Benedict Martin. Assistant coaches, Ivan Sevilla and Ramon Martin. And now, the starting unit for your Philippine Christian University Dolphins. At center number 0, 𝐍ᴜᴅᴜ. Number 10, 𝐍𝐀𝐀𝐒𝐒𝐔. Also at forward, number 18, 𝐍𝐷'Angelo. And at point guard, number 22, 𝐍𝐷 Head coach of the Dolphins is Oscar 𝐍𝐫 Assistant coaches Mark Edison Ordonez and Ronald Simon.
And we shall begin our ball game in a while. The starting five for your PCU Dolphins, it's 𝐶 Manipolo, Solomon, Austria, and number 18, that is Pascua. And for CUP, we have number 21, that is Duterte. We have Meneses. We have Gaon Ruiz Runkel, or rather not Meneses, but we have Movilia. So that is it for the starting five. Also include Luigi De Leon, that's starting five for CUP.
Yes.
As first possession of the game belonging to the Green Eagles. De Leon will fire. That won't go. Rebound captured by Christian Austria. He directs the offense for the Dolphins. Meanwhile, the attack by Pascua. Mid-range jumper, first bucket of the game. That's Lionel Failon.
The first basket of the game came from Failon.
2-0. Up top is you. Looking for a teammate. Will hand it off. Jomar Yugto sends it to the corner for 3. A foul on the act of shooting will be called on Pascua. And De Leon will be shooting 2 freebies.
Last game of CUP, they won against University of Makati 73-60. They shot 42% in the field, and there were +2 in rebounds. And as you can see in the line, De Leon, in last game, who only made 7 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists.
So 1 out of 2. One more free throw to go. Again, both teams coming off a W, and both teams having the same record of 2-1. As it'll be a tied ball game at 2. Christian Austria, one of the more notable pieces of this PCU Dolphins. Same with this guy, number 22, Troy, the manipulator Manipolo. Actually, a lot of notable pieces for PCU. But of course, their player of the game last game, it's Solomon Itam.
Yes, don't forget about Itam.
Right now, this guy, Kurt Meneses, also the player of the game in their W against
Yes.
UMAC.
And actually, he had almost a triple-double. As you can see, that 3-point basket para dito kay Yugto.
That's Jomar Yugto from the line of 3. Make it a 3-point lead for the Green Eagles. Meanwhile, Troy Manipolo still quiet in this game. Austria at the left side of the arc. Troy Manipolo. Back to Austria. They fire for 3. That is short. Here comes Kurt Meneses. Again, almost a triple-double for him. Definitely an all-around performance. Yes. That's actually surprising considering his size. He's not that big, but definitely, you know, what he offers to the game is bigger than what he looks like or what his height is. That's going to be an off bucket. Meanwhile, Troy Manipolo attacking, drops it. That's Pascua scoring.
A great find there by Manipolo, drawing the defense and passing it to an open teammate.
So it looks like there's no Coach Mark Ordonez for the PCU Dolphins. There is their head coach, Coach B-Boy Simon. Meanwhile, you up top will lose it to Lionel Failon. The PCU Dolphins running. Solomon Itam outside. Christian Austria, basket and 1. The Dolphins continue to ride the waves.
And this is a great start in the part of PCU, especially with Austria. As you can take a look at this replay, very aggressive at the start of the game.
Austria, a chance to make it a 3-point play. They're already up by 1. with over 7 minutes remaining in the first period. However, he won't sink it in. Solomon Itam, sorry miss. And here goes CUP to the corner. Meneses for three. He won't hit it. But possession will go back to CUP as a foul will be called.
And that's against Manipolo. That call is very early. That foul is very early in the part of Manipolo as he gets his first personal foul.
Wait a minute. Is that a technical freebie given to Kurt Meneses? So that is a technical foul.
And this is very unfortunate in the part of PCU. They had a great start already.
So if I'm not mistaken, Troy Manipolo was called for a technical foul.
And at the line, you can see you'll see Meneses.
Unsportsmanlike behavior
Yes.
called on Troy Manipolo. It'll be a technical freebie for Meneses, and he won't disappoint.
And Meneses last game, he made 17 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 blocks.
Tied ball game at 6. Under 7 minutes remaining. Meanwhile, De Leon will fire a three. No good. Meneses gets it back, but unable to turn garbage into gold. Meanwhile, Manipolo, no-look pass. Austria drops it. Failon, the Dolphins on a roll.
And that was a great find on the part of Austria, dishing it out to Pasqua.
So Pasqua now has 2 points, his first bucket of the game. Duterte hands it off. The attack. Jomar Yugto, no good. The PCU Dolphins almost losing it. Pasqua picks it up. Here comes Christian Austria. Manipolo drops it last minute to Solomon Itam.
A great read para dito kay Manipolo. And that's the second assist in this game.
Meanwhile, under 6 minutes remaining. 4-point lead for the Dolphins. The pick from you, De Leon. Jomar Yugto outside once again. Inside the key jumper won't go for you. Christian Austria. Inside, Itam. Outside, Pasqua will attack. Basket and one.
And that was a great two-man action in the part of PCU. Failon dishing it out to Pasqua.
Let's take another look. Failon again recognizing his free teammate
Yes.
in Pasqua. Another chance for PCU to extend their lead. They're already up by 6. He won't go for the 3-point play. Nonetheless, it's a 6-point lead for the Dolphins. Meneses against Austria. De Leon at the left side of the arc. Up against Pasqua. And a steal right here by Leonin Failon. Manipolo getting fouled by Meneses as he's not loving that call.
Yes. And Meneses thought it was a block. But you need to give credit with Pasqua deflecting that pass over Yugto.
First freebie for Troy Manipolo. His first point of the game. Again, that's Troy, the manipulator Manipolo,
Yes.
averaging 19 per game.
Yes. That was very impressive actually. Last game against AMA, he made 23 points with 5 assists.
Meanwhile, 7-point gap in favor of the Dolphins. Jomar Yugto asking for it, but instead it's with Kurt Meneses. Another handoff. They almost lose it. Ruiz being harassed by Austria. Another steal by Lionel Failon. And a foul will be called on Ruiz.
And great defense in the part of PCU, trying to deflect or trying to be physical against the guards of CUP.
Still a 7-point lead for the Dolphins. And here comes Christian Austria and the Dolphins. You're calling up a play. Failon to the cutting Austria. What an execution for the Dolphins.
Another great two-man action in the part of PCU. Failon dishing it out to an open cutting Austria.
Meanwhile, 3 ball. No good. Rebound by the manipulator. He brings it down. They're up by 9. Manipulo to Austria. Steps on the brakes. Puts on the moves. Hands it off. Pasqua puts one up. No good. Itam almost got it back. Pasqua gets it back. Intercepted, but ball will stay with the Dolphins. And now we're turning it over to Janela Manuel for a report.
10 years of coaching basketball in CUP. Kanina lamang ay nakausap natin ang head coach ng CUP na si Coach Benedict Martin at ang kanyang loyalty raw ang nagpapatagal sa kanya sa larangan ng basketball. Since the first season ng NAASCU ay nandirito na siya, kaya rin hindi madali sa kanya ang bitawan ng kanyang role sa CUP basketball team. Mahalaga para sa kanya na matulungan ang mga manlalarong ito na makamit ang kanilang pangarap na makalaro sa ligang ito. Join Kito.
Thank you very much, Janela. And Coach Benedict Martin was here during the first ever season of NAASCU.
Yes.
He has been the head coach for 10 years already. Also was part of the coaching staff of the Pasay Voyagers of the MPBL. So, you know, what a rich experience and fortunate opportunity for these young players to have him as a coach.
Yes, 100%. As you can see, he's the OG here in NAASCU. And it's very, very nice to see him on the court.
Meanwhile, offensive foul called on John Lloyd Movilia as the CUP Green Eagles down by 9. Under 4 minutes remaining. So far, it's only Jomar Yugto scoring significantly with 3 points for the Green Eagles. And on the other side, it's Pasqua, already 6 points. All short stabs for the Dolphins. Austria, Itam, he puts one up. Nilinis pa yung ring.
Oh, what a soft touch para dito kay Solomon. And he has a nice shooting form as well.
Meanwhile, already an 11-point lead for the Dolphins. Ruiz has it. Drops it. The attack, another send out. Ruiz will attack. Good passing for CUP. But Movilia unable to put it in. Nonetheless, a foul will be fished by him, and 2 freebies coming up for John Lloyd Movilia.
And that's a great execution in the part of Ruiz. Dropping it off to his open teammate, Movilia.
First one is no good for Movilia.
And John Movilia is averaging 10.6 rebounds and 1 assist.
However, he'll go 0 out of 2. That was a much needed free throw
Yes.
for the Green Eagles as they're down by 11. Meanwhile, Manipulo. High pass. Outside. Maliabo for 3. In and out. Manipulo the offensive board. Back to Maliabo. Another send out. Austria steps out of bounds. Possession will go back to the CUP Green Eagles.
Unforced turnover para dito sa PCU. That's their first turnover in the game.
Timeout called by Coach Benedict Martin as he'll talk things over with the Green Eagles. They're down by 11. We'll be back. Back to the action right here. Under 3 minutes remaining in chapter number 1. 11-point lead for the PCU Dolphins. Harbiles up against Austria, sends it to the other side of the arc. CUP trying to figure something out. Harbiles for 3. Unable to hit it, rebound by the manipulator. Here comes Troy. The crossover, the attack. Oh, the manipulator toying with his opponents.
Oh, what a Pinoy step move para dito kay Troy, the manipulator.
Meanwhile, on the other side, that's number 27, Hans Lieva, making something happen for PCU.
And that's a 10-0 run already in the part of PCU.
And a 15-point lead for them as well. Meanwhile, Kasuyon provides the pick. Ruiz on the right side. Inside, that was intended for you, but that's going to be overcooked.
And that's an unforced error in the part of CUP. Ruiz has been struggling in this quarter. As you can see that replay, that Pinoy step of Troy, the manipulator. Manipulo.
You don't call him that long nickname for nothing.
And thank you for that moniker. So,
Meanwhile, Troy Manipulo sends it out. Good passing from the Dolphins. Maliabo will try a 3. Won't fall. Itam power rebound. No good. And it's with CUP. Meneses trying to direct the offense. Yu against Lieva. This time a 3-pointer. That's no good. Another rebound for Manipulo. PCU. No good on that shot from Troy. But still the Dolphins managing a 15-point lead.
and that's a foul against PCU. And a chance for CUP to cut the lead as they will get 2 free throws.
So at the line, that's Hans Yu, fresh off Arellano University, listed at 6'1", and listed as a power forward
Yes.
for the very small, positionless CUP Green Eagles. And he'll go 1 out of 2. They'll cut the lead to 14. And Luis Frederick Rotoni checking in for Troy Manipulo.
Well-deserved rest para dito kay Manipulo.
Meanwhile, Rotoni at the left side. The pick from Itam. And a steal right here. On the run is De Leon. And he will complete the play.
What a defensive sequence para dito kay De Leon, recognizing that pass. That's very
Meanwhile,
hard to do.
Rotoni, under a minute remaining. Rotoni drops it to Solomon Itam. Meanwhile, Maliabo, back to Itam. Mid-range jumper, overcooks it. Meneses grabs the board. Here comes Kurt Meneses. Long pass, De Leon has it. He's up against Itam. Good decision for him to relapse. Kurt Meneses to the corner. 3-pointer won't work. Rebound by Lieva. This time it's Daluz. No good. He gets it back. Another try. The hustle coming from Hans Lieva.
And that's the important thing, trailing your teammate to get an opportunity for an offensive rebound.
And it's now a 12-point lead on the side of PCU. Almost a steal. And there's 16 seconds remaining in chapter number 1. The Green Eagles still having difficulties to reach double digits, but finally they will have a chance as Kurt Meneses will go to the line for 2.
So far, CUP is not capitalizing in the free throw, shooting only 50% in the charity stripe.
And finally, they get to 10 points. So far, they're only shooting 15%, only 2 field goals made. And that'll be it for chapter number 1, 23-10. A 13-point lead A commanding margin being managed by the PCU Dolphins as they continue to ride the waves. And we'll return after this short break for the start of the second period. And once again, this is NAASCU Season 22, usad sa 22. Back to the action right here, 23-10. A demanding margin being managed by the PCU Dolphins. And they'll continue to ride the waves, at least they look to continue to ride the waves in our second chapter. And for the side of the Green Eagles, they continue to suffer. They continue to have a hard time against the formidable team. And of course, again, we have to take note, they don't have a foreign student athlete.
Yes, and that's the reason why they're struggling offensively. They're just shooting 2 out of 13, like you mentioned a while ago. That's just 15% in the field.
Meanwhile, let's see if they can mount a comeback, as that'll be a bucket coming from Bernard Casuyon.
And that's a great pass para dito kay Quebec.
Rotoni at the left side. The pick from Itam. Rotoni thought about the three. Give it to Daluz. Now it's at the corner. They have nowhere to go. Lieva. Maliabo. They will attack. Drops it last minute. Solomon Itam. Daluz. Maliabo. Back to Solomon Itam. And they run out of time as a shot clock violation is called.
Great defense in the part of CUP.
Coach Benedict Martin loving that sequence defensively.
Yes.
But right now, their problem is offense. They can't seem to find opportunities. Again, PCU Dolphins appear to be much more bigger, much more taller, much more lengthier. And not to mention, they get a turnover as I say that.
And that's an unforced error in the part of CUP. And that's a great defense para dito kay number 15.
Here comes the PCU Dolphins. Maliabo, Troy Manipolo puts one up. Overcooked. Solomon Itam gets it back. He'll get blocked. Manipolo still not falling for PCU. And here comes the Green Eagles. De Leon up top. The fake. Looking here for his teammate. Finds Meneses. Mid-range jumper. Won't go in. Rebound by Itam.
Meneses has been struggling this first half.
Maliabo off the mark. Lieva keeps it alive for PCU. Troy Manipolo, crossover. Almost lost it. Finding the open Lieva. That is PCU basketball.
What a pass there by Manipolo. Drawing again 2 defenders to dish it out to his open teammate.
Meanwhile, De Leon airballed. They try to save it. But they pass it to the wrong person. Meanwhile, Troy Manipolo, no look pass to Itam. They will send it out. Daluz will fire. No good. He gets it back. High pass. Lieva, one more time, gets blocked by Meneses. But Daluz will get it back. That pass hit the rim. Pero napaganda ba dahil nakuha ni Solomon Itam and he fishes for a foul.
And what a sequence in the part of CUP. Trying to get that possession. Unfortunately, De Leon passed it to Itam, rather Solomon.
So Solomon Itam, 2 freebies for him as they're up by 13. First one is no good for Itam. So far he has 4 points, 5 boards, and a single dime. So far it's actually Pasqua leading the charge for the Dolphins. As Solomon Itam will go 0 out of 2. Again, the Green Eagles down by a huge deficit of 13. But it's still early in the ball game. Meneses, the pull-up, hitting that jumper over Solomon Itam.
What a confidence para dito kay Meneses, shooting against the outstretched arms of Itam.
Daluz to Obioha. Just entered the ball game. Meanwhile, a steal right here. Here comes Meneses. The pull-up jumper, it's good for him.
The back-to-back baskets para dito kay Meneses. And this is what CUP needs to make a run here.
And the lead is cut to just 9 single digits as the CUP Green Eagles are finding ways to score, and they will return after this timeout. Back to the action right here. Under 7 minutes remaining in chapter number 2. The Green Eagles able to cut the lead of PCU to just 9. Austria in the middle. That's Lieva. Manipulo thought about the 3. Will do the crossover. No good on that shot. Lieva one more time. And Hans Lieva doing a good job actually, both offensively and defensively, grabbing rebounds, scoring short stabs, and now he has 6 points and 4 boards. First freebie, no good for Hans Lieva. Second one on his way. Zero out of 2 for Hans Lieva. Nonetheless, PCU handling this 9-point lead. Meneses the spin, picked up by Austria. Meneses attacks. Tried to drop it last minute, but a traveling violation will be called.
And Meneses forced his way in too much. That causes a turnover para dito sa CUP.
Over 6 minutes remaining in chapter number 2. Manipulo high pass. Solomon Itam. A steal by Kurt Meneses. The spin. But good decision for Meneses to reset the offense. This time it's Quebec. They will attack. The block by Solomon Itam.
That was a great block para dito kay Solomon Itam. And that's his first block of the game.
Possession remains with CUP. High pass. This time it's Quebec. Back to at the middle. He will attack. He almost lost it. He will settle for a 3. That is overcooked. That'll be a shot clock violation called on the Green Eagles. So PCU right now, another possession for them as the Green Eagles looking for that press. And for the meantime, we'll be turning it over to Janela Manuel for a report.
PCU is a well-experienced team, kaya confident ang kanilang head coach na si Coach B-Boy Simon na magpe-perform ng maayos ang kanilang koponan. Coming into this game, walang binago at penalitan sa sistema nila ang PCU. They really have a good team chemistry, a good ball rotations, and now they're executing excellent plays. Cho and Kito.
Thank you very much, Janela, for that report.
And you can see PCU shooting very well in the field with 41%.
Meanwhile, a traveling violation will be called on Quebec. Another turnover for the CBUP Green Eagles.
And that's the 10th turnover for CUP.
So far, CUP only sinking 5 field goals in this game. That's good for 25%. And actually, they're the only team, or rather, they're the team that has sunk a three-pointer.
Yes.
And still none for PCU. And CUP will gain this possession. So perhaps the three-point area could be where CUP excel in. As De Leon got caged, Duterte sends it to the corner. They pass it around. And Kenneth Obioha getting fouled, or rather will get called for a foul.
And every time CUP moves the ball around, that's where they get an opportunity or an open shot. And that possession was effective.
First one is good for 𝐍ᴜ.
And 𝐍ᴜ is averaging 4 points, 5 rebounds with 2 assists.
And 𝐍ᴜ will go 1 out of 2. So the Green Eagles still down just by 8, single digits. Christian Austria at the right side, or rather at the left side of the arc. Almost lost it, out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Dolphins.
Great hustle para dito kay Meneses, diving into the ball.
They have 9 seconds to work with. Looks like it'll be Pasqua triggering the inbound from the sidelines. Finds Solomon Itam up top. Will hand it off to Failon. It's back to Christian Austria. Manipolo has it. Inside to Failon. No good. And Kurt Meneses has it. Gives it to his teammates. They pass it around. It's at the left corner. 𝐍ᴜ backing down his opponent. But this will be a steal coming from Troy Manipolo. Manipolo will attack. Manipolo manipulating his opponent once again.
Another Pinoy step in the part of Manipolo. He's super effective in that move. That's his 5th point in the game.
Kurt Meneses hands it off. Ruiz sends it inside. A steal right here. Good defense coming from Lionel Failon. Manipolo has it right now. Troy Manipolo at the corner. Out. Pasqua. Austria at the right side. Pasqua up top. The pull-up jumper won't go for him. Over 3 minutes remaining in our first half. Meneses at the logo, directing the offense. He's up against Christian Austria. Finds Ruiz, the pick from Duterte. Ruiz, the lefty, unable to hit the 3. And here comes Troy Manipolo and the Dolphins. High pass, Austria. Nowhere to go. Outside to Troy. Manipolo. Mid-range jumper. Won't go for Troy Manipolo. Rebound by Ruiz.
And Ruiz has been struggling this game.
Meanwhile, foul will be called on Christian Austria. As that'll be team foul number 2 of PCU in this quarter. Rather, number 3 already in this quarter.
For CUP, there's still a lot of time left. They're just down by 10 points.
Timeout called by the Green Eagles as Coach Benedict Martin looks to talk things over. They're down by 10. We'll return after this short break. Back to the action right here. 10-point lead for the Dolphins. Under 3 minutes remaining in chapter number 2. And it's with the CUP Green Eagles. They're off at timeout. And we're seeing Coach Benedict Martin, head coach of the CUP Green Eagles, again for the last 10 years. It has been in the coaching staff ever since NAASCU started. Meanwhile, CUP trying to generate some offense. De Leon for 3. Gets that to go.
Finally, a three-pointer para dito kay De Leon. That's his first three-pointer in the game.
Meanwhile, Austria. Manipulo. PCU passing it around. Failon. Back to the other side. Austria. Up top, it's Manipulo. At the left side, it's Failon. Baseline jumper. That's good for Pasqua.
Good ball movement in the part of PCU.
29-20. 9-point lead still for the Dolphins. Meneses. The pick. That's going to be blocked by Solomon Itam.
That was a great recovery para dito kay Solomon Itam. That's his second block already.
Under 2 minutes remaining in our first half. And right now, Ruiz will trigger the inbound. Trying to find his teammates. Oh, will pass it to the wrong guy. And here comes PCU. Solomon Itam getting fouled. But that's going to be a sportsmanlike foul called on De Leon. So we're not exactly sure why he did that.
Yes, and should have given up and let Itam shoot that layup.
I mean, obviously, you don't want to let Itam get a slam dunk because that'll add momentum to the side of PCU. But I'm not sure if he's aware that intentionally fouling a player in the fast break with no defenders in front of him is an unsportsmanlike foul.
Yes, and in that possession, that will cause a huge disadvantage in the part of CUP, as PCU will get a free throw plus a possession.
Actually, 2 free throws and a possession. But right now, Coach Benedict Martin talking with our officials again. It's really technical. The rules are indeed very specific. Again, you cannot foul a player that is on a fast break with no defenders in front of him, because that'll definitely be an unsportsmanlike foul.
Yes.
We'll take another look. Again, the steal by Christian Austria. Itam was looking to slam that one home, and he was fouled hard by Luigi De Leon.
And in that possession, De Leon is really not looking for the ball. He's not after for the ball.
And again, the intentions were good. He didn't want a free basket for PCU. But again, you know, our players will have to be aware of the rules that that is a foul if you foul someone, again, on a fast break with no defenders in front of them. So wait a minute, our officials talking things over.
So again, like you've said, 2 free throws in the part of PCU plus a
Yes.
ball possession.
Yes, it's Solomon Itam. He'll be shooting 2 freebies. As so far, he has 4 points, 7 boards, and 1 dime.
Solomon Itam was a monster when they played against AMA. He made 15 points, 15 rebounds with 5 blocks.
And Solomon Itam, a walk-in tryout, according to Troy Manipulo, as I've talked to him a while ago before the game. And it's very fortunate for the PCU Dolphins to have, a 6'8" center
Yes.
FSA tryout for them, while other teams are having a hard time trying to find such players.
And he's a type of FSA who has that soft touch.
Speaking of, Solomon Itam will send it out once again. Austria will fire. Won't go. Phylon, the offensive board. Troy Manipulo, all day to shoot. No good. That's going to be another foul. And that's on 𝐍ᴜᴅ and possession will go back to the Dolphins. Coach Benedict Martin not liking that call. Nonetheless,
Yes.
it's a 10-point lead for the Dolphins.
Yes, kasi dapat possession na nila yun eh.
Austria will fire. No good. Another foul, but this time it's going to be called on Lionel Phylon.
And that's the fourth team foul in the part of PCU. Samantalang ang CUP naman, they're in a penalty situation already. So let's see if CUP can take advantage of the foul, team foul situation to cut the lead into single digits.
Under a minute remaining, or rather over a minute remaining in chapter number 2. CUP trying to figure out a way to score. De Leon having a hard time. Another steal by Phylon. Troy Manipulo will attack. No good from Troy. But they will get it back. Phylon. Great presence of mind to get the basketball and put it back in.
A great trailer para dito kay Phylon. That's his 5th rebound in the game.
12-point gap still in favor of the Dolphins. It's back to double digits. Under a minute remaining in chapter number 2, and that's going to be a foul on PCU.
And that puts PCU in a penalty situation. A chance for 𝐍ᴜᴅ to cut this lead into 10.
So far, 𝐍ᴜᴅ has 2 points and 2 rebounds. But he'll miss that first freebie. Second one on its way. 0 out of 2. And CUP is not exactly shooting the best percentage.
Yes, and as of the moment, they're shooting 6 out of 14 in the free throw.
Meanwhile, the fadeaway. That's good for Lionel Phylon.
That's a great cut by Phylon. A catch and shoot play para dito kay Phylon.
Meanwhile, Kurt Meneses. 𝐍ᴜᴅ has it up top. De Leon tried to ask for it, and he'll get it. But that is easily blocked by Solomon Itam.
And that's the 3rd block for Solomon Itam in the second quarter.
Nine seconds to shoot, under 2 minutes remaining in chapter number 2. High pass, and a steal, at least almost a steal by Manipulo. 7 seconds to shoot on the side of the Green Eagles.
And those are the small things that Coach B-Boy will be proud of to his boys. And trying to disrupt the passes of CUP.
7 seconds to shoot on the side of the CUP Green Eagles. Meneses fires a 3. 4-point play opportunity for Kurt Meneses.
That was a nice shot para dito kay Kurt Meneses of a pop-out. And that's a silly foul para dito kay 𝐍ᴜᴅ. He should have challenged and put his hands up.
There's a foul on Austria. And unable to convert it into a 3-point play was Meneses. Meanwhile, Solomon Itam will get an end-one play of his own on the other end.
Great recovery para dito kay Solomon Itam, grabbing that offensive rebound.
41 seconds remaining. Let's take another look. Solomon Itam, great presence of mind, picking up the loose ball. And then completing the end-one play. And converts it into a 3-point play. Meanwhile, quick fire 3, no good from Ruiz. So that'll be the end actually of our second period, as it's 37-23, 14-point lead in favor of the PCU Dolphins, as the CUP Green struggling. Meanwhile, our Spalding move of the game This Pinoy step coming from the Minimulator, Troy Manipulo of the Glass. And again, that's the reason, those are the reasons why PCU is up by 14. And we'll return for the start of the second quarter, or the second half rather. And once again, this is NAASCU Season 22, Usad sa 22.
Action-packed battles of Game of the Immortals. Introducing Johnny Park, Natalia, Kinjiro. Soon to unlock, Marin Lee, Sister Christina. Hurry and play now to unlock more levels. Game of the Immortals, available on Google Play and App Store. Download now. 𝐍ᴜᴅ Pinoy.
And at the half, it's 37-23, a 14-point gap in favor of the PCU Dolphins. And so far, they have been the much more efficient team, actually doing a great job on almost all facets of the game. But you know, the main thing that's putting them up right now has been first and foremost the defense,
Yes.
and of course their efficiency.
Yes, and so far, PCU let CUP commit 14 turnovers, and from there, PCU made 14 points from the turnovers of CUP.
And the PCU Dolphins looking to continue to ride the waves and hopefully cruise their way into a W. But right now we'll be having our Don Benito's halftime stats.
For Don Benito's halftime stats, you have for CUP, they shot 26% in the field, grabbed 23 rebounds. Their bench points is only 2 points, while the second chance points, they only have 4. Samantala dito sa Dolphins, PCU Dolphins, they shot 39% in the field, dominated the rebounds with 32, with 6 points on their bench, making 9 second chance points.
And again, obviously, the PCU Dolphins doing a much more, or rather a much better job, again, on overall, in almost all departments of the game. However, CUP does have a 3-point advantage. They have made 3 3-point field goals already compared to none of the Dolphins.
Yes.
So perhaps that's one angle they could look at.
And you gotta give credit for the starters of PCU, as Meneses, or rather Manipulo, is taking charge in the first quarter of that game. And so far, it's Itam who's leading the way for PCU with 8 points, Pasco with 8 points as well, and Filon with 6. For CUP, it's Meneses with 9, De Leon with 7, and Yukto with 3.
So that's a collective effort on the side of the PCU Dolphins.
Yes.
And on the side of the CUP Green Eagles. So far, it has mainly been Kurt Meneses with 9 points and 5 boards.
And the missing player for CUP is Ruiz. In the last game against University of Makati, Ruiz made 20 points with 5 rebounds. So he needs to step up in the second quarter if they want to win this game.
We approach the start of our third period, and again, definitely Ruiz would have to improve his performance, and they need it more than ever. But right now, first possession of the second half belonging to the Green Eagles. De Leon, the crossover moves, sends it out. Meneses for 3. Unable to sink that one in. Another try. Great part on the side of Luigi De Leon, grabbing that offensive board, nailing, or rather fishing that foul.
Yes.
We'll be shooting 2 freebies.
And that's the third personal foul of Solomon Itam. And this is a very good news for the part of CUP.
First shot for De Leon that rolls out of the rim.
And this is one thing that CUP needs to improve on moving in this game. It's their free throws. As you can see, they already miss 7 free throws.
Meanwhile, the Dolphins able to cross half court. Yeva to Pasqua. He attacks. No good. Rebound by Yu. The Green Eagles would have to generate some offense. They have definitely more than enough time to come back. They're only down by 13. De Leon outside. Great passing. 3-point shot. That's good. Coming from Jomar Yugto.
And that's a great find para dito kay Yu.
Lieva to Daluz. Forward pass. Filon. He has nowhere to go. He will lose it, but that's picked up by Pasqua. Finds the cutting Christian Austria.
And that's very unfortunate part of CUP. When the guards didn't go back on defense.
So the lead is down to a 12-point lead in favor of still the Dolphins. De Leon puts on the moves. Drops it inside. Yu getting fouled on the floor. That's called on Christian Austria. That'll be team foul number 2 of PCU in this third period.
And that's the third foul of Austria as well. And the main guns of PCU are in a foul trouble.
Meanwhile, Loterte will turn the ball over. That was intended for Luigi De Leon, but that's miscommunication right there. PCU continues to break the press of CUP. Daluz crossover move. The steal by Meneses. On the other side, Jomar Yugto. Great fake, basket, and 1. And a chance for Jomar Yugto to cut the lead of PCU to just single digits.
And this is something that CUP is missing their fast break points. The last game, they made 12 fast break points, and as of the moment, they only made 6.
Another look on that foul counted move coming from 𝐍𝐿∫ So far has 8 points in this game, unable to make it a 3-point play. And possession will go to the Dolphins.
And the Voyagers are struggling in the free throw, shooting only 41%.
Meanwhile, inside, they put one up. That's good basket and one. As 𝐍𝐿∫ punishing the CUP Green Eagles.
And that's a great press break in the part of CUP.
Let's take another look. Again, on the other side, he let an end one happen, and on his side, he made an end one happen.
And you gotta give credit to Troy Manipulo for passing that.
Meanwhile, it's gonna stay with PCU. They're down, or rather they're up by 12 once again. Pasqua finds Troy. Outside it's Daluz. Inside the fadeaway, Failon, no good. Rebound by Luterte. Meneses the one to bring it down. Forward pass. Putting on the moves, 𝐍𝐿∫. And that'll be a foul, and that'll be team foul number 4 already of the PCU Dolphins. They have no more fouls to give, and we're still in the 7-minute 40-second mark of our third period.
And yes, that's a great decision in the part of 𝐍𝐿∫, trying to be aggressive. As you can see, wala dito si Itam.
Meanwhile, Meneses sends it outside. Luterte will fire. That's no good. Rebound by Lionel Failon. Daluz will attack. Drops it. 𝐍𝐿∫ using his muscles. But that's no good. Daluz out to Pasqua. Sends it out. Troy Manipulo. No good. CUP on the run. Behind the back move by 𝐍𝐿∫. Almost lost it. Great defense from Daluz. And Meneses almost losing it. 𝐍𝐿∫ settling for a 3. He won't hit it. Luterte grabs the board. They wrestle for it. Ends up with Troy Manipulo. He's on the run. Troy Manipulo all the way. Unable to hit it. And it's back with the CUP Green Eagles. Another 3-point attempt. Still not falling for the Green Eagles. And on the run is Pasqua. 2 more points for the PCU Dolphins.
Very unfortunate in the part of CUP not converting on those 3 possessions.
So Pasqua getting warned for faking a foul. Nonetheless, CUP will have this possession. Yu almost lost it. Picked up by De Leon. He fires for 3. He will finally make it for CUP.
Finally, a basket para dito kay De Leon. That's his first 3 of the third quarter.
Meanwhile, Failon. Daluz. It's back to him from Pasqua. To the other side, Manipulo. Pasqua receiving it. Manipulo. They swing it around. Daluz gives it back to Troy. Mid-range jumper Pasqua. Not connecting. Rebound by Meneses. High pass. Good find. 𝐍𝐿∫ will finish it.
Right, that's a great leak-out pass para dito kay Meneses. That's his 3rd assist of the game.
And the lead is down to 9 points for the Dolphins. Pasqua. That was intercepted. Wait a minute, no, not intercepted. As possession will go to the Green Eagles. But there's a review of the last out-of-bounds play. Meanwhile, Coach B-Boy Simon trying to capitalize this stoppage by talking to his players. Same with Coach Benedict Martin. And now we'll turn it over to Miss Janela Manuel for a report.
Hindi tayo bumiyahe ng malayo para matalo. Ayan ang sambit ng coaches ng CUP sa kanilang players. Dismayado rin si head coach Benedict ng CUP sa performance ng Green Eagles sa pagtatapos ng first half. Hindi nasusunod na plays at kanya-kanyang diskarte ang nagiging problema ng kanilang kupunan. They are hoping na the second half ay magiging maganda na ang takbo ng kanilang sistema. Cho and Quito.
Thank you very much, Janela, for that report. And indeed, it has not been, at least, for their one loss, it has not been, at the end this game as well, so it has been the best game for the Green Eagles. But right now, they're just down by 9. We're still in the third period. Definitely more than enough time for them to mount a run of their own and possibly win the ball game.
And this is a great opportunity for CUP to cut this lead. They just need to convert these free throws.
So 𝐍𝐿 at the line. He made the first one. And he'll make the second one. The lead is down to 6. Or rather, that's 7. As it's 43-36. Meanwhile, Jomar 𝐍𝐿 getting called for some extracurricular activity.
Yes.
I mean, you gotta love the referees, our referees, being really strict with those kinds of movements. I mean, you don't,
For sure.
as the officials, you don't want to tolerate anything, violent or even a hint of being violent.
Yes, and for sure the referees doesn't want to escalate things.
Dalu's attacks, drops it, sends it out. Obioha, pull-up jumper, no good for Kenneth Obioha. Last touch on PCU. Possession will go to CUP.
And that's a lucky break in the part of CUP, as both PCU players are grabbing that rebound. And again, CUP just needs to be aggressive in this possession. They'll try to commit a foul or a personal foul for your PCU.
Meanwhile, no good on that 3 from De Leon. Under 5 minutes remaining. 7-point lead for the Dolphins. The attack, drops it. Great play, but unable to finish was Solomon Itam. Kurt Meneses running. And he's not blocked. He's not gonna get blocked by Solomon Itam.
What a fearless move para dito kay Meneses. He knows that Solomon is trailing him.
Meanwhile, the lead is now down to 5. It was as high as 14, if I'm not mistaken. Meanwhile, Itam, no good. Obioha tried to get it back. Meneses will get it. Outside pass, Jomar 𝐍𝐿, no good. Meneses. And a CUP Green Eagles slaying giants. And will cut the lead to just 3 for the PCU Dolphins.
Yes, special thanks to their captain, Meneses, who has 11 points already.
Not to mention 4 rebounds, or rather 6 rebounds and 4 assists. That is the Kurt Meneses effect. And we'll return after a short break. And our crowd in the Holy Angel University in Angeles, Pampanga, enjoying a box of the very delicious Don Benito's ang pambansang cassava. Hindi po kayo magsisisi dyan. Ako mismo, kami ni Coach
Oo.
Quito, na-try na namin yan.
And that's a perfect merienda for today's game.
Sakto, next game we'll be playing is the home team of Holy Angels,
yes.
the Golden Guardians. So sakto, bago mag-cheer, bago magsigawan, may laman yun dyan.
Oh, para may energy.
And again, in case you missed it, we're in the 3rd game of our day. Next game will be the last game. The home team, the HAU Golden Guardians, will be playing against the New Era University. Meanwhile, the Green Eagles continuing to slay Giants as, again, this lead was as high as 14. And it's a single possession 3-point lead for PCU.
And talking about heart para dito sa CUP. And special thanks to this captain, Kurt Meneses. You gotta give credit to Coach Benedict Martin for squeezing whatever juice they have just to make a run.
And again, I'm sure the CUP Green Eagles are very aware of their circumstances. They don't have an FSA. You know, they're small as it is. They will have to work extra harder than the other teams.
And this will be a huge statement if they win this game against PCU.
Meanwhile, only a 1-point lead for the Dolphins. And again, they're doing all this without an FSA, talking about the CUP Green Eagles. Last 9 seconds. The bench of CUP going crazy. Kenneth Obioha to Troy Manipulo. What a passing exhibition coming from the PCU Dolphins.
Talking about presence of mind para dito kay Troy Manipulo, dishing that assist.
So far, he has 5 assists, 5 points, and 5 rebounds. 555 on the stat sheet for him. Meanwhile, Meneses almost lost it. Great move for Meneses to retain the possession for CUP.
And this is a good advantage in the part of CUP. Penalty ang PCU, samantalang they have 2 fouls to give on the other side, so they can use their fouls to set up their defense in the half court.
Timeout called by Coach Benedict Martin as they will look to talk things over. They're down by just 3 and will return after this short break. Back to the action right here. 8 seconds to shoot for CUP, but they turned the ball over.
An unforced turnover in the part of CUP coming off a timeout. And that's one thing that Coach Benedict doesn't want to see.
And you can see the dismay and anger on the face of Coach Benedict Martin. Meanwhile, Troy Manipulo manipulating his opponents. Razzle-dazzle move coming from Troy Manipulo.
Talking about double jeopardy para dito sa CUP. They committed a turnover and allowed an N1 opportunity para sa PCU.
Let's take another look. Too fast is Troy Manipulo for the Green Eagles. He seems to have been hit on the face. Nonetheless, he will shoot this bonus freebie and a chance to put the PCU Dolphins up by 6.
And the confidence and the demeanor of Troy Manipulo is very understatement.
8 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists for Troy Manipulo.
Yeah.
All-around performance for the manipulator as he gives PCU a little bit of a cushion. Meanwhile, the CUP Green Eagles hoping to slay Giants in today's game. Jomar Yugto, wait a minute. That's going to be an illegal pick called on Hansiu. So unfortunate turn of events coming from the CUP Green Eagles. And again, Coach Benedict Martin not loving the past sequences for CUP. No good from Troy Manipulo. Get a chance for CUP to capitalize. Kurt Meneses being signaled by Coach Benedict Martin to start a play. De Leon, the pick from you. De Leon, one-hander, no good. Rebound by Rotoni. Just entered the ball game recently. Rotoni almost turning the ball over, but will actually turn the ball over.
And that's a great stop there by CUP, courtesy of De Leon. Ang ganda ng bawi ni De Leon doon, coming from a missed shot.
So CUP another chance to make something happen. They're only down by 6. Jomar Yugto against Manipolo. The pick from Loterte. Yugto will fire a 3. That is blocked by Itam. And a foul, offensive foul called on CUP.
And again, I'm just wondering how come they're not attacking Itam. I'm talking about CUP. And Itam has 3 personal fouls.
So right now, Itam will be shooting 2 from the line. A chance to give themselves an 8-point lead. First one is good for Solomon Itam. As Christian Austria will go back to the game. Has been phenomenal as well. Has 6 points, 2 rebounds, 4 dimes. That's the same case actually with Lionel Failon. 8 points, 7 boards, 4 assists.
And in the part of Itam, he has 9 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 blocks.
So a lot of Dolphins riding the waves for PCU, contributing to this 7-point lead. But that's more than manageable if you're CUP. Meneses hesitated on the shot. Again, you can see the dismay on their faces. They know every mistake will bite them in the back.
Yes, and another unforced error in the part of CUP. And that's the 19th turnover already for them.
Over a minute remaining in chapter number 3. Austria directing the offense. Up top is Failon. He will fire a 3, but that's no good. Rotoni gets it back off that tap from Itam. Manipulo, the fake, sends it inside. Luis Rotoni scores 2.
Look at that pass of Manipulo to an open teammate, Rotoni.
Rotoni first bucket of the game. Meanwhile, one-hander, overcooked, rebound by Failon. Austria asking for it. Failon will bring it down himself. Manipulo, no defender in sight. No good. Rotoni, offensive board, but Meneses will get it. And he will bring it down. Kurt Meneses will lose it off the spin. But possession will go to the PCU Dolphins.
And sayang yung effort na run na ginawa ng CUP in this third quarter.
Rotoni, 5-point swing for him.
And 5 points, 5 big points para dito kay Rotoni.
Luis Rotoni introducing himself in this rest of the third period. Meanwhile, almost lost it. Quebec, no good. Rebound by Failon. Long pass, Troy Manipulo. No one was there to pick him up.
And, poor recognition in the part of Ruiz. He missed that back. He made the turnover in that possession and just walk.
3 seconds remaining. Meneses sends it out. Quebec for 3. Won't go. And that'll be it for our first 3 quarters. It's 56-42. And the lead has ballooned to a 14-point lead. Still in favor of the PCU Dolphins, as CUP had some great moments.
Yes.
They were able to cut it to just a 3-point lead. Actually, a 1-point lead.
Yes.
But you know, PCU just showing what kind of team they are, and they are perhaps a championship team in this NAASCU Season 22. And we return for the start of the fourth and final period after this short break. Back to the action right here for the start of our fourth and final period. But wait a minute, we seem to have a concern between the officials and Coach Benedict Martin. Nonetheless, the fourth period features Manipulo, Austria, Phylon, Itam, and Rotoni. So Lionel Phylon getting called for a technical foul for taunting even before the fourth quarter starts. For CUP, it's 𝐍𝐀𝐀𝐀𝐒, Duterte, Meneses, and Ruiz. There are 5 to start this fourth period. And again, they're down by 14, just like that.
Yes.
All over again, after everything they've worked hard for, they're back to square one.
Yes, and Ruiz has been struggling, very passive in today's game. He just made 3 attempts in this quarter with 5 turnovers.
Austria from the right side. Not that time. Rebound by the Green Eagles. C has it. Hansi sends it to the corner. Back to him up top. They swing it around. U finds Quebec. Almost lost it. They have 10 seconds to work with. No good at that free throw, or rather baseline jumper. A rebound by Rotoni. Here comes Austria. Luis Rotoni for 3. He won't hit it. Rebound by Duterte. Quebec, the attack, 1-on-2 situation. Passes it to C. Still no good. Another try. He slips out of it. Austria getting it. Great tap from Phylon. Troy Manipulo. Nowhere to go, being harassed. This time it's Austria. Looking for a teammate. Up top it's Phylon. Manipulo for 3. He won't hit it. C. Almost out of bounds, but CUP secures the possession. Quebec, up top, it's C against Phylon. 10 seconds on the clock. C, the fake, no good. Rebound by Solomon Itam. Troy Manipulo on the other side. Troy Manipulo. What is that trickery right there?
Oh, what a move there by Troy Manipulo, manipulating his opponent.
Meanwhile, 15-point lead now for the Dolphins. Quebec puts one up. Great defense from Itam. Rotoni picks it up. And he finds Austria. Roughly 2 minutes passing by in chapter number 4. Austria to the other corner. Rotoni outside. Austria. Traveling violation call.
And Ruiz will be on the bench after that very struggling performance.
Right now, a new face coming in. Wesley Dulay replacing Lionel Phylon. And looks like Daluz will also be coming into the game.
Yes.
It looks to be replacing Christian Austria, who has been playing a lot of minutes already in this ballgame.
Yes, and talking about facilitating the offense, itong si Austria.
Meanwhile, no good on that shot from Luigi De Leon. But that's going to be a whistle. Another call on the PCU Dolphins. No more fouls to give. Or wait a minute, no, only their third team foul of this period.
And that's on Manipulo. That's his 3rd personal foul.
Outside, De Leon. Up top, it's Quebec. Picked up by Dulay. Quebec sends it out. Jomar Yugto sends that 3-pointer home.
That's a great shot para dito kay Yugto.
A much-needed 3-pointer, cuts the lead to just 12 for the PCU Dolphins. Manipulo to the left wing. Rotoni thought about the 3. To Manipulo on the other side. Manipulo getting fouled on the act of shooting. So 2 freebies coming up for the manipulator.
And that's on Meneses. That's his second personal foul, and at the line you can see Troy, the manipulator, Manipulo.
He'll miss that first freebie, a rare miss for him. Although he does have 12 points already, 5 rebounds and 6 dimes. All-around performance for the second-year guard of PCU. That's good for Troy. 13 points to his name.
And this is very impressive for Troy because he doesn't have any turnovers.
So the assist-to-turnover ratio is 6-0.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Quebec. No good. Rebound picked up by Meneses. Will it stay with them? Yes, it will stay with them. Great effort by Meneses. "14 seconds to shoot. Under 7 minutes remaining in chapter number 4. 13-point deficit being faced by the CUP Green Eagles. Luigi De Leon hands it off. Or rather, that's him. Came from Quebec. He's going to be fouled by Solomon Itam.
That's a fearless move para dito kay De Leon. And that's a good move because Solomon Itam, he got his 4th foul already.
So De Leon can, actually the whole CUP Green Eagles can take advantage of the foul, or rather of the foul situation of Solomon Itam.
And as of the moment, you can see John De Leon. He has 11 points already with 3 rebounds.
And Luigi De Leon will cut the lead to just 12 for the Dolphins. A chance to make it just 11 and still plenty of time to do something about it. And he won't. Rebound by Rotoni. Rotoni has 5 rebounds and 5 points in this game. Meanwhile, great passing, basket and 1. And that is Wesley Dulay, only playing in this 4th period, but getting an and 1 to go and a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And that's courtesy of Manipulo, dishing it out to his teammate. Look at that replay.
The pass mid-air coming from the manipulator.
Talking about court awareness para dito kay Manipulo. He's playing like as if he's a 4-year, 5-year college player.
And he has 15, or rather 13 points already. Make that 7 assists, no turnovers. I mean, we have to tell him after this game that he just did that. Meanwhile, they hand it off. Kurt Meneses has been carrying this Green Eagles as much as he could. They're trying to generate some offense. Meneses, pull-up jumper. And the fatigue starting to hit Kurt Meneses. And that's no good from Casuyon.
And that's not a good news in the part of CUP. But this is a best opportunity for CUP to cut this lead.
Troy Manipulo. What sorcery is that?
I'm talking about fearless move para dito kay Manipulo.
And indeed, safe to say he is the manipulator. But Quebec answering back with his own 2-pointer nonetheless. The Dolphins still on top by 16. Rotoni out to Daluz. Manipulo asking for it. He says he'll have this dance against Luigi De Leon. Manipulo puts one up. The manipulator is not yet done. 18 points for Troy Manipulo.
And playing against De Leon is not an easy job.
Troy Manipulo just out of his mind for the past 2 possessions, or the whole game actually. Again has 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists with 0 turnovers. Meanwhile, a 3-pointer. 8 points now for Luis Rotoni. 5 boards and 1 assist.
That was a great cut by Rotoni. And that's his sweet spot, yung free throw area.
And not to mention, a very comfortable 20-point lead for the Dolphins. As the CUP Green Eagles have proven that they are a formidable foe. That's Hans Lieva erasing that shot. Let's take another look on what happened. Again, Hliewa saying no, not in this house.
But this is very interesting in the part of PCU to see if they will not let their guard down.
Let's see if that'll indeed be the case, but that'll be a steal from Wesley Dulay. PCU up by 20. Troy Manipulo still on the game. Looks like Coach B-Boy Simon not risking it. Rotoni, spin move. Luis Rotoni getting called.
And that's on Dulay. He was called for the illegal screen.
So that's his first foul in this ball game. And that'll be actually foul number 4, if I'm not mistaken, for the Dolphins. Meanwhile, a couple of new faces on the side of the CUP Green Eagles. That was Ryan Gowan, first point of the game. The 6-foot shooting guard of the CUP Green Eagles squad. Meanwhile, Manipulo still in the game. Hliewa still in the game. Daluz try to drop it last minute to Dulay, but will turn the ball over instead. Austria will go back in exchange of Daluz. We're seeing Coach B-Boy Simon, an NBA legend, once scored 52 points in that league. Meanwhile, Kurt Meneses, no good. Rebound by the manipulator. He has 7 rebounds. Triple-double watch for him. And he will score, make it 20 points for him.
That was a smart move para dito kay Manipulo. He knows that Meneses is very tired already. He just put his pedal.
Meanwhile, De Leon, no good. Rebound by Hliewa. Manipulo asking for the basketball. Austria will bring it down nonetheless. We're hitting the 3-minute mark of chapter number 4. It's still a 20-point lead for the Dolphins. Again, Troy Manipulo, triple-double watch for him. 20 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists.
Yes. Plus minus 33. Very impressive.
That's a plus 33 rather.
Sorry, plus 33.
So not only is he making an impact individually, he's also making his teammates better. Meanwhile, Manipulo manipulating his opponents. Crossover, mid-range jumper, no good. Will send it outside. What a pass! But unable to complete it was Christian Austria. Double foul will be called. So wait a minute. Is it indeed a double foul called?
And that was a double foul between 𝐍ᴜᴅ.
So CUP will have possession. Under 3 minutes remaining in chapter number 4. They're down by 20. Not the best situation they could be in right now, but you know, there's still time, who knows? But they will have to play near perfect basketball.
And with less than 3 minutes in the 4th quarter, CUP needs to make a lot of 3-pointers if they want to get back on this game.
Right now, the ball will be in the hands of PCU. Oh, wait a minute. It'll be in the hands of CUP rather. And we're seeing a new face on the side of PCU. That's number 2. Jericho Torinueva, fresh out of Hilongos National High School. He's listed at 5'9", a shooting guard for the PCU Dolphins. We're seeing him for the first time right here. Actually, a lot of new faces for them already. So Wesley Dulay still in the game. He was inserted a while ago. Austria still on the game. Number 9. Perhaps a new face. John Mark Bautista. fresh out of University of the East, a 6'3" center for the PCU Dolphins. We also have number 17 and Eric Mark Antonio, fresh out of Dig High School, listed at 5'11", a shooting guard. And Kenneth Obioha will enter the ball game.
Coach B-Boy giving the other players a chance to experience, giving playing time.
First one is no good, as the Dolphins still up by 20. Second one is good for De Leon. And CUP is still trying to do their best to implement their press. Meanwhile, Bautista receives it. Obioha brings it down. Obioha will attack. Obioha getting fouled. It's going to be 2 freebies for Kenneth Obioha, as there's just 2 minutes 17 seconds remaining in chapter number 4.
And that foul came from Gaon, number 24 of CUP. That's his first foul.
Kenneth Obioha at the line. First one is good for him, as he's fresh out of St. Gabriel International School. A 6'2" small forward for the PCU Dolphins. Has seen decent amount of minutes in today's game. And that's going to be another foul. And that's another set of free throws, this time for the CUP Green Eagles.
And we will walk on the other side of the court.
This time it's Casuyon at the line. They're still down by 20. But I think, safe to say, if PCU plays this right, they'll escape with a W, their 3rd W of the season.
Yes, and currently they are in 2-1 record. And if they win this one, they are in the 3rd position behind St. Clair and Fatima.
And for CUP, they'll fall to 2-2. So that's a clean slate for them. But hopefully they won't get a losing record. That'll be the next challenge for them. Meanwhile, that's new face number 24, Steven De Castro, out of Nazareth School. 5'10" shooting guard for the Dolphins. And that's another guy, new face as well.
Yes.
But that's for CUP. The same number 24 as well, that's Ryan Gown.
Yes.
So the 24ers trying to make some noise in this garbage time of the game.
This is his first debut.
So it's 24 versus 24 on that sequence. Meneses gets the steal. Great job on his side, not giving up still. Meanwhile, out of bounds. Possession will go back to the CUP Green Eagles.
You gotta give credit for Meneses. Playing most of the minutes for CUP. He has 13 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists.
So just really an all-around performance for Kurt Meneses, but sadly it's not going to be enough. Again, playing near 34 minutes. 13 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Again, another triple-double watch for him.
Yes. Unfortunately, he committed 5 turnovers.
It's not going to be enough. Ryan Gowan at the line once again. And we're starting to hear some drums. Possibly the HAU band warming up to cheer on the home team in our next game. The New Era University going up against the Holy Angel University Golden Guardians. So make sure to stay tuned to that for our last game of the day. Right now, Dolphins just burning some time as much as they could. But special thanks to the following, of course, to Nudge Productions, the exclusive broadcast rights holder of NAASCU. And then special thanks as well to our sponsors, Spalding Made for the Game, Anytime, Anywhere, the official ball of NAASCU 22. Synergy Magaling Kasi, Don Benitos, ang pambansang kasava, Game of Immortals, Jersey Haven, the official outfitter of NAASCU 22, and Eurotel, the official hotel partner of NAASCU 22, and as well as to official broadcast partner of NAASCU 22, Blast TV. Subscribe now for only 149 pesos. Over a minute remaining in chapter number 4. Again, just great performances for the likes of Troy Manipulo, Pasqua, and Itam, and as well as the likes of Rotoni, you know, had what, 8 points in this game, 5 rebounds, and then a single dime, even though just playing limited minutes.
Yes, talking about quality minutes para dito kay Rotoni.
You know, those kinds of players are the players who make the difference in the game. You know, you expect Manipulo, you expect Itam, you expect Austria to produce.
Yes.
But the difference maker will be the likes of Rotoni.
Yes.
You know, the ones you don't expect.
Players like Lieva
Exactly.
with 8 points and 6 rebounds.
Exactly. You know, the players that will surprise you, they are the X factors. Correction, only 7 points for Rotoni, but nonetheless, that's 7 points in 11 minutes.
And you have to give credit to Coach B-Boy for motivating his team and building this roster.
Phylon has 8 points, had 8 points, has 10 rebounds. And then 5 assists as well, 5 steals for him.
5 steals.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, what a performance by Phylon.
And I'm not surprised because, you know, I saw him really intercept the passing lanes a while ago. So again, PCU just an all-around performance. You know, from this game alone, I think you could really argue that PCU has a chance to get the championship.
And they've been eyeing that to be part of the to go deep in the playoffs. I'm talking about PCU. But Coach B-Boy, when I talked to him last time, he just wants to try to win every single game.
That is indeed, you know, the formula for winning the championship.
Yeah, talking about small steps.
Right now, speaking of formula, the PCU does have the necessary components to win the championship.
Yes.
First and foremost, they have a reliable FSA. They have reliable guards.
Yes.
They have reliable forwards, and they have shooters on the team. They have the X factors as well. So as long as they become consistent, it's not impossible for them. The sky's the limit for them.
Yes.
For the PCU Dolphins, that is.
And this is a great response from their past game. We know that they won against AMA, but how they end the game was very questionable because they were so complacent. But right now, this is a good statement game for them.
Meanwhile, last 3 seconds. And that'll do it for this game, as an 11-point win is the victory, siding to the Philippine Christian University Dolphins. Congratulations to Coach B-Boy Simon. And again, they will climb up to 3-1. The Green Eagles climbing down to 2-2.
Yes.
And unfortunately, only one can prevail in today's game, and that is the boys from Taft Avenue, the PCU Dolphins.
Great all-around performance by the Dolphins, shooting 41% in the field. They were +5 in rebounds, 55 assists.
And the Spalding move of the game is this manipulating move from the manipulator. That is Troy Manipulo.
And what an outstanding performance by this kid.
What do you mean, kid? That move is is nothing like a kid does.
Yes.
But right now, again, the final score is 77-66. 11-point win in favor of the Dolphins. Stay tuned for our next game. It'll be between the HAU Golden Guardians and the New Era University Hunters. And for now, we have Miss 𝐍ᴜᴅᴇ to introduce to us our Synergy Player of the Game.
We have here the Synergy Best Player of the Game, Troy Manipulo of PCU. Once again, congratulations, Troy. Actually, kanina before the game start, nakausap ko si Coach B-Boy and he said na isa sa advantage nyo is yung depensa nyo. So, do you consider na isa ito sa nagpanalo sa inyo and how you guys were able to execute it?
Yes po, isa po yan sa dahilan kung ba't nanalo kami. Kasi tulad po kanina nung umpisa, sobrang malas po namin lahat. Pero kahit hindi po kami nakaka-shoot, hindi rin po namin sila nakayang maka-shoot dahil po yung sa depensa namin.
Na lastly, Troy, baka may mga gusto ko nalang batiin at pasalamatan.
Binabati ko po yung family ko, yung daddy ko at saka yung mama ko. Tapos yung mga kapatid ko rin po, tapos regalo ko po ito sa kapatid kong bunsong babae, birthday niya po kasi nung isang araw. And binabati ko po ulit mga taga sa amin, yung Anorians, tsaka po lahat ng sumusuporta sa amin, tsaka sa PCU community po. Ayun.
And belated happy birthday to his sister. Again, congratulations to you and to PCU. Once again, Synergy Best Player of the Game, Troy Manipulo.
Thank you very much, Janela. Again, our Synergy Best Player of the Game, the Manipulator, Troy Manipulo. An efficient game for him, 20 points and 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 0 turnovers. Congratulations once again to this 11-point win garnered by the Dolphins of PCU. And stay tuned for our last game. It'll be between the New Era Hunters and the home team, the homeowners, the Holy Angel University Golden Guardians. Once again, this is NAASCU Season 22, Usad sa 22.